Photos are memories that you cherish for a lifetime, but sometimes you need to resize your digital images, perhaps to eliminate scenery around a person or to reduce the outer edges of an image to create a focal point. Reducing an image by removing edges and changing dimensions is called cropping, and it alters the composition of the original image. You can also resize an image by changing the file size. For instance, you might have large image files that are ideal for print, ones that have high resolution, but want to put them on a web page, which requires smaller file sizes, those that have lower resolution. You can resize large image files by reducing the resolution, which changes the file size but retains the composition of the original image. You have some pictures that you took recently, but you need to make some adjustments to them. First, you need to crop one to remove some of the background, and then you'll change the file size of another image to make it web-friendly. We have a couple of pictures in Picasa that we need to resize. The first, the image of the birds in the park, needs to be cropped a bit. To begin making our change, we need to double-click it. With the picture selected, we can begin cropping the photo. The Basic Fixes tab is already selected, so we can use the Crop button to change the dimensions of the photo. We can crop this photo in several different ways. The list box just below the instructions has a number of choices for formatting, including the manual choice that's currently selected. Below the list box are 3 thumbnails. If any of these are what we want, we can click them to crop the photo as the thumbnail shows. We don't see anything that works right now, so let's look at our choices in the list box. The list box has various sizes that can be selected to make a crop, and it provides an explanation of why you might want to choose each type. The options are many, but for this project, we want to create a 4x6 photo. When we selected the dimension, the 3 thumbnails below changed. We might like the way the middle one is cropped, so let's try that. The box on the picture shows us that if we apply this, the center of the picture will remain and the rest of the photo will be removed. It removes a bit more than what we want, so let's choose a different crop. The thumbnail on the right looks like it might be better. This crop choice keeps more of our image. If we wanted to, we could click and drag this crop area around to move the crop to another spot in the photo, but this looks good. Let's accept it. That helped us focus our image and took out the areas we didn't want. If we made a mistake or decided to make a change, we could undo our crop from here. Because we finished resizing this image, let's return to our library to change our remaining photo. The second image we have is large, and we'd like to put it on our blog page. Large images can take a long time to load when visitors go to our page, so let's reduce its file size to make it more appropriate for the web. In Picasa, we have to export an image to change its file size. Let's begin by selecting the photo of the street performers. Remember, when you make changes to an image in Picasa, it's not actually changing the source image. Instead, it's adding edits to the view of the image in Picasa, somewhat like a filter. If you want to truly change the image so that the changes are applied to the file, you have to export it as a new copy. With our image selected, we can use the Export button, which is down at the bottom of the Picasa window. Exporting an image will take any changes you make within Picasa and apply them to a new copy of the image. This dialog box asks us what changes we'd like to make and where we'd like to save the new copy. The export location is set to a special exports folder within the Picasa folder, which is fine. The image size option and slider will allow us to make changes to the file size. Right now, its default is 800 pixels. This is a little big for the web, so let's reduce it. That reduced it to 640 pixels, which is still too big. Let's go all the way to the smallest size. We'll need to click the slider twice more. This small size will make the image much more web-friendly. Let's stick with these settings and export the image. After exporting the image, we are taken directly to the folder where the new image has been placed. Now we can upload this new copy to the web. Picasa has so many easy-to-use features that it makes photo editing a hassle-free process, even for users who aren't design experts.